I was speaking a couple of weeks ago. People keep talking about the end times, and they keep going, oh yeah. I mean, guys, look, we've moved into the days of God, into the days of the Spirit of God, when there's a shift happening. That the stage that was announced for the end times, when Jesus says, you know, the end times is coming, da 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 da. We're in those times. So when people now, what they do, because they think with a carnal mind, they get caught up limiting God to our limitations. So for me, if my friend says to me, oh, and so for me, I see my friend maybe once a week. So if my friend says to me, oh, I'm coming soon, I'm coming to see you soon, I'm gonna now think, oh, okay, that must be in the next week. If I haven't, this is terrible for me, guys, but I see my grandparents maybe once a month. So if I've just visited my grandparents and I'll say, yeah, don't worry, I'll see you soon. For them, they'll probably know, oh, that probably means next month, or within the next month, like 6 weeks or so. That's what my family now that's what my grandparents will now come to understand. But that's what we do with God. For us, we try to program everything to work it all out by our own limitations. So when God now says, oh, I'm coming soon, or Christ is coming soon, we're like, but soon for me is like a week. Soon for me is like maybe a month. So everyone is now like, the end times, the trumpets are blowing, blah, 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 blah. Look, don't get me wrong, guys. Do not get me wrong. God can come at any time, and that's even what it says in the scripture. God can come at any time. But if you read the scripture, all of the things that are actually going to happen, the chronology of things that will happen in those times, it's not tomorrow. It's not like, and I mean, again, don't get me wrong, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But what is so important for you, for me, is to get yourself ready. Not to be like, oh, let me just look, where's the time? It doesn't, you could know the exact time, but the time you spend looking for that time, and even believe me, even the prophets of old who got these prophecies firsthand were like, Jesus, when is the time? They asked God, when is the time? God was like, it's not for you to know the times of God. That was their answer. That was the answer. You just need to like recount it. If you read, I think it's 1 Peter, or it might even be 2 Peter. Let me look, because I don't want to say something wrong to you guys. Where are we? Yeah, no, let's read 2 Peter. Yeah, 2 Peter 3 verse 8. The title is even the day of the Lord, so that's the time we're in. Verse 8. But do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise. God is a God of eternity. So what might be slow to us isn't slow for him. Because God's got time literally in his hand. We are subject to time, matter, and space. God is not limited at all. So when you read scripture and you try to like limit God and be like, oh yeah, but God said he's coming soon and we're in the day. Guys, it's not 24 hours. Can you please like not be so unspiritual? Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, just don't be so unspiritual. When you read scripture, please don't try and take it like literally like that. Think that God is a spirit. He is eternal. He's not limited to flesh and bone and time and matter. He's not limited to 4 walls. He can do anything, everywhere, all the time, anytime. Like, please don't limit God, okay? This is what the Pharisees did. This is where they went wrong. They read it with a carnal mind.